Now, very important topic. This is called as a variable. Now, I believe everyone knows what is a variable, but variable, to write a variable, there are some rules to be followed. First of all, let us write what is a variable. Okay, what is a variable? Anyone, can you explain what is a variable? Anyone, can you say what is a variable? Variable is nothing but which can store a value, correct? Am I right? Yes, variable are used to store values. Exactly, Garima. Very good. It is used to store a value. Now, let's say to store a value, I'll be using a is equal to 10. So obviously, I'm getting okay, a is equal to 10, b is equal to 20, and I'm printing the value of a plus b. So what should be my output? My output will be obviously 30, right? Because a plus b is nothing but 20 plus 10, and that will be 30. So 10 is stored in the value, a variable called as a. So a has the value 10. 20, the value is stored in b. So the b has the value 20. So when you add that variable a plus b, so basically answer is 30. Now, what is the rules we are supposed to follow? To write this variable, there are some rules. The rules are, first rule, that is always start with the character. Okay, always we are supposed to start with a character. Now let's say we are not starting with a character and we are starting with a number, that is 1a, and here also I'll be changing the value, that is print 1a. So if I run this, we'll be getting an output called as invalid decimal literal. In the sense, we are not supposed to start with the numeric number. Okay, we are not supposed to start with a numeric number or any number. It is always supposed to start with a character. Now, let's say I want to start with a number. Okay, if I want to start with a number, then there is one more method, that is we can start with underscore. Okay, we can start with underscore. Now, how that works? Basically, if I write underscore 1a, okay, underscore 1a, here also if I write underscore 1a, this is a valid variable. If I run this, we'll be getting the value as 30 again, right? So underscore 1a will work. In the sense, underscore at the beginning will work. So basically, it has to start with a character. If it doesn't start with a character, at least it has to start with the underscore. So 2 rules are done. Let us move on to the third rule. The third rule is very basic. That is, no space should be given between the variable name. Okay, no space should be given between the variable name. In the sense, let's say I have written, I want to write a1. Okay, and here also, if I want to write a1 and I'm giving the space, this is considered as a wrong variable. In a sense, Python doesn't understand like this. Okay, it is saying that it's an invalid syntax. But how I'm supposed to write a1? I'm supposed to write a1 either without any space, or let's say I want a space. If I want a space, then I'm supposed to give an underscore in between. Okay, so this is how you do it. Is that clear? Any doubts? Any doubts still here? No. Okay, perfect. Let us move to the fourth keyword. Fourth rule. And this is a very important rule called as keywords. Keywords cannot be used as variable name. Now if you ask me, what is this keyword? Okay, what is this new word called as a keyword? Keyword is nothing but a built-in name. Okay, built-in function. So you can see print. Okay, we can see print as a function name. So this print function name is also called as a keyword because this is inbuilt in Python so that it can understand some functions. So if you write this print as a variable name, print is equal to 10, this won't be understood by the Python. See, this won't be understood by the Python because we are getting the value. See, it is saying that always start with a character. We can start with the underscore. So we cannot start. We cannot use a keyword for using a variable. Always remember this. We can either use underscore in the beginning, or either use a character in the beginning, or if I want to use a number in the beginning, then I can use underscore 1a or anything else. Here also, let me use the same thing, underscore 1a. Now let us run this. Okay. Sometimes once if I run this keyword, then I'm getting the errors again and again. So I'll be refreshing the entire thing. Okay, yes, I'm getting everything. So I'll be refreshing everything once again. Okay, I'll stop my runtime. Okay, let me open it once again. Yes, it is giving the error. No problem. It is giving me the error for everything. Yes. I'm disconnecting the runtime once again. Okay. So now we are getting the values. Okay, perfect. So I hope everyone has understood what are the basics. So we have learned single line comment, the multi-line comment, the syntax for print function, the parameters that is being used in the print function, and find the variable. Now, now comes a very important crucial part. This is called as a data type. So we have obviously we have learned something called as a data type in the earlier days. That is your int, integer, your string, your float, all those. So exactly same thing continues with Python. So data types are mainly three. Okay, there are mainly three, and rest we can ignore. So first one you already know, that is a integer, and by short form it is called as a int. Second one, it is called as a float, and this is used in Python as small case float. Third one is, let's say, Boolean. Okay. And this is taken as bool. And fourth one, if you want it, in Python, basically, we do not use this. So str, that is string. Yes. So these are the basic important data types that we are gonna use across our DSA. So first one is integer, second one is float, third one is Boolean, and fourth one is string. Now, please tell me what is the difference between this integer and the float? I'll give an example. It's very simple that if I write 2, and if I, let's say 2 plus 4, I'll be getting the answer as 6. So what is the data type of the 6? So to find that, basically we have something called as type function. So inside this type function, if I apply this, I'll be getting the value as int. In the sense, the whole numbers, in the sense, 2 doesn't have any point values, right? 4 doesn't have any point value. These are the whole numbers. But the whole numbers are always considered as a integers. Please understand this. The whole numbers are always considered as the integer. So you can write a hyphen here, and you can write whole numbers. Very simple. Okay. Next, what is this float? Okay, what is this float? Now let's say I'll be dividing 4 divided by 2. Okay, 4 divided by 2. And if I run this, I'll be getting the value as a 2.0. Now, why I'm getting the value as a 2.0, not a 2? So this is very important. Why? Because this point value has a meaning. So always this point value is taken as a data type called as a float data type. So if I want to check that, I'll be using a type function. And if I run this, I'll be getting the value as float. Okay. So you can consider this float as a decimal number, right? Decimal numbers. Now, what is this Boolean? Boolean is very, very important because Boolean has only 2 values. The 2 values, anyone? Can you just say in the chat box? What are the 2 values of Boolean? Yes, Garima, very good. So it is 0 and 1. But instead of 0 and 1, there is something else. What is the value of that 0? Can anyone tell me? What is the value of that 0 and what is the value of that 1? Anyone? What is the value of 0 and what is the value of 1? Yes, exactly. It is true and false, right? So if I write A is equal to true, okay, A is equal to true. And if I, okay, so already I'm getting this. So print the type of A. So if I run this, so I'll be getting the class as Boolean. Okay. So true and false is always considered in Python as a Boolean data type. So why, if you ask me why this is important, this is important because it is always, the Boolean is important because for the condition to be true and the condition to be false. Let's say I want a particular condition to be true. Okay. In a program, I want a particular condition should be true. So that is the reason I'll be using a Boolean called as true. And sometimes I want my condition should be false. So that is the reason I'll be using a Boolean value called as a false data type. Next one is a string data type. String data type is very, very simple. Whatever is enclosed in, let's say I'll be writing a print function, whatever is enclosed in double quotes, okay? Whatever is enclosed in double quotes, this is always considered as a string data type, okay? So if you want to find the type of this, I'll be using a type function outside the print. So you can see, okay, my bad. I have to use inside it. So you can see class str. Okay, class str in the sense class string, and this is considered as a string data type. So whatever is enclosed in the double quotes or single quotes, I'll show you with the single quotes as well. So this will also work. Single quotes. This is also string, and a triple quotes also will work. So triple quotes to open with and triple quotes to close with. Even this is considered as a string data type. So I hope everyone got some basic idea of what is the data types and what is the print function, what is the parameters of the print function, and the multi-line and the single line comment. So I hope the introduction is going very smoothly and understood what I'm trying to say. So if it is true, I want everyone to give a thumbs up in the chat box and we'll wind up the session.